What is software testing?
Software testing is the process of verifying and validating a software application to ensure it meets business requirements and works as expected. Its main goal is to identify defects, improve quality, and deliver a reliable and user-friendly product.
What is manual testing?
Manual testing is a type of testing in which testers execute test cases manually without using automation tools. Testers perform different actions, compare actual results with expected results, and report any defects found in the application.
What is the difference between verification and validation?
Verification checks whether the software is being developed according to the specified requirements and design documents. Validation checks whether the developed software actually meets the user's needs and expectations. In simple terms, verification is, are we building the product right? And validation is, are we building the right product?
What is a test case?
A test case is a document that contains test steps, test data, preconditions, and expected results to verify a specific functionality of the application. It helps testers execute tests systematically and ensures proper test coverage.
What is a test scenario?
A test scenario is a high-level functionality or feature that needs to be tested. It defines what needs to be tested rather than how to test it. For example, verify login functionality is a test scenario.
What is the difference between test scenario and test case?
A test scenario is a high-level description of a feature that needs testing, whereas a test case contains detailed steps, input data, and expected results. One test scenario can have multiple test cases.
What is SDLC?
SDLC is a structured process followed to develop software efficiently. The main phases are requirement gathering, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. It helps ensure the delivery of high-quality software within the planned timeline and budget.
What is SDLC?
SDLC is a sequence of activities performed by the testing team to ensure software quality. The phases include requirement analysis, test planning, test case development, test environment setup, test execution, defect reporting, and test closure.
What is a defect or bug?
A defect or bug is an error or flaw in the software that causes the application to behave differently from the expected requirements. Defects can occur due to coding errors, incorrect requirements, or design issues.
What is defect lifecycle?
The defect lifecycle is the journey of a defect from identification to closure. The common stages are new, assigned, open, fixed, retest, verified, and closed. If the issue still exists after fixing, the defect is marked as reopened.
What is severity?
Severity refers to the impact of a defect on the application's functionality. It indicates how serious the defect is from a technical perspective. For example, if the application crashes during login, it is considered a high-severity defect.
What is priority?
Priority refers to the urgency with which a defect should be fixed. It is usually decided based on business requirements and customer impact. For example, a spelling mistake on the company's homepage may have high priority because it affects the company's image.
What is the difference between severity and priority?
Severity indicates how much a defect affects the system's functionality, whereas priority indicates how quickly the defect should be fixed. A defect can have high severity and low priority or low severity, and high priority depending on the situation.
What is regression testing?
Regression testing is performed after code changes, enhancements, or bug fixes to ensure that existing functionalities continue to work correctly and no new issues have been introduced.
What is retesting?
Retesting is the process of testing a specific defect again after developers have fixed it. The main objective is to verify that the defect has been successfully resolved.
What is the difference between retesting and regression testing?
Retesting focuses on verifying a specific defect that was fixed by developers. Regression testing focuses on ensuring that changes or fixes have not negatively affected other existing functionalities of the application.
What is smoke testing?
Smoke testing is a preliminary level of testing performed on a new build to verify that the critical functionalities are working and the build is stable enough for detailed testing. It acts as a confidence check before starting full testing.
What is sanity testing?
Sanity testing is a focused testing approach performed after minor changes or bug fixes to verify that the affected functionality works correctly and no major issues have been introduced.
What is black box testing?
Black box testing is a testing technique in which the tester verifies the application's functionality without knowing its internal code structure. The tester provides inputs and validates outputs based on business requirements.
What is white box testing?
White box testing is a testing technique in which the tester has knowledge of the application's internal code, logic, and structure. It focuses on testing code paths, conditions, loops, and program logic.
What is functional testing?
Functional testing is a type of testing that verifies whether each feature of the application works according to the specified business requirements. It focuses on validating the application's behavior and functionality.
What is non-functional testing?
Non-functional testing evaluates aspects of the application other than functionality, such as performance, security, usability, reliability, and scalability. It helps determine how well the system performs under different conditions.
What is user acceptance testing?
User acceptance testing is the final phase of testing, where end users or clients verify that the application meets their business requirements and is ready for production deployment.
What is a test plan?
A test plan is a document that defines the testing objectives, scope, strategy, resources, schedule, responsibilities, and risks involved in the testing process. It serves as a roadmap for the testing team.
What are entry criteria and exit criteria in testing?
Entry criteria are the conditions that must be satisfied before testing begins, such as approved requirements, available test cases, and a ready test environment. Exit criteria are the conditions that must be met before testing is completed, such as execution of all planned test cases, closure of critical defects, and completion of test reports.